nothing could have prepared me for something like that. And I done experienced loss with friends and close friends, and even growing up, like I ain't even had my pops when I was younger, but he died before I even got a chance to get born. So, um, but nothing was harder than like realizing like the person who gave you birth. You know what I'm saying? That you can't be with them no more. You can't call their phone no more.
This is Sad Boy Radio.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sad Boy Radio. I'm your host, Matt, and today we got a very special guest here. We're over here back at the Lyrical office. Man, he's an integral part of Lyrical Lemonade. You started writing for them back in 2015. Your most recent project, Year of the Dog 2, you released earlier this year.
Yes, sir.
Recently rebranded CP to Boss from the Rack. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
What's the word, man? It's your boy CP. Boss from the rack, Boss from the rack.
First of all, right, we got to start off with the very obvious thing, the switch from CP to Boss from the Rack. What initiated that change?
I don't know. I think that change always come natural. So I think that naturally, my stage name was just my initials, cause I want everything that I do to be authentic. So I wasn't never gonna force it. I wasn't never gonna make up or have like a name that I felt like didn't fit with me or what I got going on. And I feel like ever since I started rapping, I started to like build more of an identity for who I am and like what I was becoming. You know what I'm saying, and what my life was like. You know what I'm saying, what was like specific to me type shit. And I feel like the one thing that I did consistently was I always want to be my own boss. I always want to be in charge of everything that I got going on, and just um just be in control of anything that my future and everything I got going on. And I think that you know naturally one day I was just sleeping. I was thinking, because everything got to be like, it got to go. It got to be cohesive. Everything got to go together. Got to make sense. Got to look good visually. So when I came up with the name Boss from the Rack, spelling capital BOSSFTR, I I just looked at it in capitals and like my favorite text, like the old English like newspaper font, like how I got some of my tattoos. And I looked at it and I visualized it and I was like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was envisioning when I was like, I liked how that looked, and I was like, I'm gonna start calling myself Boss from the Rack, and just reinventing myself and giving some identity that was like past, like separating like I is motherfuckers who know me for, what I'm saying, just like you went to school with me, you grew up with me, like, you know what I'm saying, you just know me because motherfuckers know me. And then I wanted to separate my music persona and you know what I'm saying, to who I am when I'm locked in, and you know what I'm saying, that's a part of me too. So I'm making them two separate things, I feel like was the next stage to like really start visually putting it together, because the artist part of me is like it's a separate part, other than what everybody else know or what they think, because like what I'm saying, it's a different world, but it's another version of me. So no, but that's how I came up with it naturally. And like when I come up with something as big as that, as like a something like that, I feel like I just run with it, my own second guesses. So I just ran with it and like didn't even think too much into it because I felt it. So I'd be like just trying to trust my gut with shit.
Now, as far as your identity when it comes to music, right? You said that Boss from the Rack was really establishing your identity within music.
Right.
There's the person CP, and then there's the musician
Boss from the Rack. Yeah. And I think that from the rack, I wanted it to be like something that other people could relate to too. Like just the acronym FTR put together. I think I wanted it to also double as for the real, because I think that my music only resonate with like real people. It's like if you an NPC type of motherfucker, like you probably this ain't gonna click, you ain't gonna feel it, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? There's different people in the world, but I think that that's the identity it comes with. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's like I want to connect to the fans too and let them know that it's not about just me being from the rack for real, like me being from Chicago. and I wanted to know it stand for the real, like for the real ones out there that listen to my music.
So although it's the same person, right? CP and Boss from the Rack, what do you feel like are the key differences between the two? Why separate them?
The main thing is that you just said is that they basically the same person, obviously the same thing. But I think Boss from the Rack is like when you take me specifically and put me the the frame of mind where I'm fully expressing myself, like I'm fully expressing like, just the boss mentality and everything that, come with the idea of the name, like, you know what I'm saying, the vibe, everything, all that, you know what I'm saying? It's amplified, it's everything that's really me naturally, but it's amplified times 10. And I think it's just like, you know what I'm saying, it's way more passion in the music. It's way more like it's way more grit, it's way more hunger, it's a lot of emotion, it's a lot of you know what I'm saying, just feeling that I think that I be trying to admit through my music and when I'm locked in and I'm in the mode of being boss from the rack.
And you hear it in the music, right? You hear the growth. You hear the sound has really evolved. When I go back and I listen to Year of the Dog 1 compared to Year of the Dog 2, you hear the production quality, you hear the mix, and you also hear pretty much the confidence in what you're saying has really strengthened.
That's real.
For you changing your name, what does this represent for the growth that you've had as a person?
The growth in me is like spontaneous. It's happening, you know what I'm saying? Randomly because, you know what I'm saying, some days you put in more work than others, you know what I'm saying? And like I feel like over the years, I feel like, the transition to where I'm at and even changing my name is like a representation of me being more sure of who I want to be and who I am through the identity, through the music, you know what I'm saying? I think now you see and you hearing it in the music, you hearing the confidence, you hearing the sureness and you know what I'm saying, the fact that I know I'm figuring it out, you know what I'm saying, and I figured out more and more of it every time, I put out a body of work. So it's like it's always an ongoing thing, but it's just showing you like how um natural the transition is, you know what I'm saying, and it's like real evolution going on in front of for me as a person and me as an artist.
And this isn't the first transition you've made in your career, right? When you started really around the music industry, you started as a writer for Lyrical Lemonade back in 2015.
For sure.
Your first article published, who was it on? It was on Logan?
I don't even know. I probably Logan, bro. Shout out to Logan, man. Shout out to a lot of the artists that I was like at first writing articles about when I first started and I joined Lyrical Lemonade. Cause I ain't even really want to rap. I ain't even know I wanted to rap. I always thought about it when I was a kid. But in general, I was like, I don't want to rap because I don't really like attention. Like I had to learn to like attention, like at first, like, sound crazy, but I actually be shy sometimes, you know what I'm saying? No matter how old you is, like you know what I'm saying, you gotta break the ice for me to like start talking and shit. So I think that I always thought that I could probably be raw at that, but I don't think I want what come with that. But then it was like when I started writing about these artists and I'm just seeing like all these people like that's my same age and like whatever, younger, some of them younger, some of them older, but like just head first making music, just doing it because it was fun. And then it's like to see them get to where they getting, you know what I'm saying? And see them like inspire other people at like at the lowest level, you know what I'm saying? Even when the scene was like small, it's like, you know, everybody as local as they could be. I think that was humbling, and it was like it just showed me like now no hating shit. Just like, all right, if these people doing it, why couldn't I be raw at this? You know what I'm saying? Because feel like you could, you can figure it out. I feel like all humans got the ability to like, if you really want to do something, you can do it. And I think that's what like the years that I was like when I first started writing for Lyrical, I think that I just kept getting, more. I just kept getting more interested in what I seen, like the scene, and I was like, damn, like. So I started fucking around. I started going around like going to my homie's stew, like playing around in the stew. Wasn't really trying to like, didn't really know how to make a song, but um, I don't know. Then I figured I'm like, I might as well get this shit a go one time, and people started fucking with it. So I'm the type of person like I don't quit. You know what I'm saying? If I like try something, I got to be raw as hell at it before I quit, before I stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and see it to the fullest. So it was the same shit with the music.
The worst thing you could do is never start.
Exactly.
Literally have an idea and say, I wish I could do it. I hope one day I will.
And I was doing all type of shit too. Like I wasn't just like before that. Like when I wrote, when I was writing for Lyrical. Then I had started managing. I was managing film doctors. I'm like, damn, this shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to help somebody. Because I'm like, I think I'm in a position where like people fuck with me. So I'm saying some cool shit. Like because as my homie, you know what I'm saying, he started letting me manage him. That was like my first little gig.
Shout out Fem, by the way.
Yeah, shout out Femdot, one of the rawest rappers still to this day
Man,
out the rack.
one of my favorites.
On the side of that, I had a clothing brand too. I had started a clothing brand up north. And I was it was me and my homie Tony. And we had some raw ass t-shirts. We had came in like the first few shirts we dropped, like everybody was like, damn, these raw as hell, like sweating us. We selling out and shit. We making sweaters, all type of shit. Like this shit was going. But then, like,
Cole even shot a promo video for y'all.
Damn. This nigga did his research.
Hey, throwback, bro.
No, for sure. Yeah, damn, you remember that?
That was probably
crazy.
That was probably the coldest promo video I seen for some fucking
bro.
clothes.
What he slid, bro. He was actually, that's the first day he said some shit. He was like, I'm proud of you for coming all the way out here to do this, because he told me if I wanted it done, I had to come to Plano. I say no more. My homie Tony get in the car, we go over there. He like, damn, you really like, you own this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? He snapped. He shot multiple promo videos for me. I had two. Then nobody make, you know what I'm saying, get Cole to shoot no promo video for no clothing brand, nothing, no type of shit like that but me, because that was my best friend. No, that is my best friend. Shout out Cole.
How did that relationship begin, right? Well, there's a lot of things I want to ask you about Lyrical in general, right? And this whole interview is not going to be about Lyrical because it's CP, but we're in that area right now, right?
Right. Why we here?
You were a writer at first. That's a huge difference from going from writing articles on artists to becoming a rapper yourself.
Yeah.
What was it that made you interested about writing in the first place, and how did you start with Lyrical?
I wouldn't really say I was like over passionate or nothing about writing. Like I was just smart as hell. Like I'm smart as hell. I was always smart as hell in school. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting super good grades and shit like that, but in the classes that I was like raw at, like, you know what I'm saying? This shit easy. I'm not doing homework, going to school and shit, like coming passing tests, acing tests every day type of shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I always been smart, and then I just really wanted to help bro in whatever way like I could, because I fucked with what he had going on. Like I wasn't really like, it could have been whatever. He could have been like, shit, you want to come just hang stickers around the city and shit like that, like I would have did it just because, you know what I'm saying, folks, you know what I'm saying, I was down for the cause. I was trying to help because I fucked with the vision.
And that's what it takes, right? When you're first building something with people, it's those people that are initially around that are just down to do it.
For sure.
You find those couple people, and as it starts to grow, you're like, all right, like these are the people that help me build. And they're going to continue to help me build so long as I have the opportunity to give it to them, right? And it's something that I talked about with Lotto last week. Where my intern, I met him last year at some random event. And he just wanted to be on board. He just wanted to be hands-on. And I seen that passion. And now, he's a huge Lyrical fan. So we brought him to the office. He was like, he was geeked. You know what I'm saying? What was it that made you dedicate so much time to Lyrical in the beginning?
I don't know if it was anything in particular. I think that when me and Cole started being friends, I just I don't know, if you just watching your friends do some raw shit like that should be inspiring you. So it's like when I seen that this nigga was like by himself running like he started a company. And he was like writing all these articles by himself. The man was like, his whole blog was having like 20 articles a day, maybe even more. I can't even, somebody fact check, but he was writing all the articles by himself the whole time. I'm sitting there like, damn, his site up and running. All this upcoming like underground talent, Chicago scene, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, everything local. He covering it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just sitting there like, damn, he doing this shit by himself. So I don't know, just seeing that, I was like, you know, do he want some help? You know what I'm saying? That's what homies do. Like, I'm just like, well, shit, if it's anything that you think, you know what I'm saying, you need my help with or shit, like, you know, I'm with it. And that went from like whatever, like we driving around the video shoots, he need a motherfucker to hold this camera, bring this camera, whatever. Like we going from point A to we driving all around the city, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever it was, like I told him like I'm in, I'm down to help. So it was like, it wasn't even a thing of like how much time I wanted to spend or like allocate to it or nothing. It was just like, whatever he needed done, whenever he needed me, he hit my phone, I'm coming.
Seeing that it's become a global powerhouse, they got appearances with the Minions, Universal deals. What was the moment you noticed the momentum start to shift?
The momentum started shifted real early for me. Like I seen like if you want to talk about like the first shift of momentum, like it was like it was like he shot this video with Warhol. Somebody from LA mentioned it. I'm like, oh, this Speed Racer, that was going off. Then Dex, the Dex era. When I started seeing the famous Dex shit, I'm like, okay, this shit's starting. Then Juice, you know what I'm saying? Juice and Lil Pump. Lil Pump was before, like a little before Juice. You know what I'm saying? Lil Pump was going insane. I'm like, damn, these people starting to like, you know, the lyrical videos starting to do more numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like cracking more M's, you know what I'm saying? Then you got, I don't know, but it was just always more milestones that was coming up, you know what I'm saying? It was never like one big milestone. Like it was so gradual, it was just like, and it was happening so consistent that it was just like every few months, not even a few months, like maybe it might be a few weeks, it was a new milestone, you know what I'm saying? So it was just the whole moment of 2015, 2017, all the way to like even 2019 when it started like getting huge, and we didn't even know how huge it was getting. It was just always a new milestone that let you be like, damn, this shit's going crazier.
That era was crazy, bro. You know, you had the Kanye YNW Melly video.
Even when Cole went and shot that video for Quavo that ain't come out, Out My Way, he shot that video with Migos and they ain't never come out. But even at that time, I'm like, damn, we made it type shit. Like, I thought that was the biggest shit that lyrical was, you know what I'm saying, could accomplish, especially because Migos was, you know, Migos was turned during that time.
Migos was the Migos.
Like, Migos was exactly like the best they ever been. So, I don't know, there's always some crazy shit going on.
And you mentioned that 2018, 2019 era, and, you know, I look back that I was a freshman in college, so.
There's a lot of people I ain't like off the top mentioning it, but you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of big people, like, you know, we can talk about Skies, Lil Xan, like, you know, all them. Even Tekka, when Ransom was like the biggest song in the fucking world.
Shit was just a moment, bro.
Yeah.
So then for you, right, you see the success, you see everything that's happening. 2021 was your last article that you wrote.
That's probably definitely not true. Elliot be playing tricks and shit. He be like, he want to write articles and he put that bitch under my name for some reason. So I stopped writing in like, I want to say like definitely 2018 or something like that. It was a long, long time ago. That's a fluky article, fake news. I ain't write that shit.
So why move away from it? Why go straight into music?
Music, I was having fun. I was already past writing. Like, it wasn't like I left it. Like, I stopped writing, you know what I'm saying? Because whatever, life shit going on, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life at that point, you know what I'm saying? So when I went head first in the music, I put my all in it. Like, I ain't worked a regular job. I've been living off making music, you know what I'm saying, ever since I started doing it. And I had a job at first when I was working at Foot Action. Then I just started quitting because I told myself, like, if I'm going to make it in this music shit, then I need it to be, like, the only thing I'm doing. I needed to feel like, you know what I'm saying, like my back against the wall. I put myself in a situation that I got to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have comfortably been working a job and like still doing it and like and still probably been getting better, but that's not how I want to live. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that for my own creative purpose and process, I feel like it was important for me to fully dive in to the world of being an artist and it being the only thing I do. While I know I could do a whole bunch of other shit, I know that I'm capable. You know what I'm saying? I'm always a person beyond the artist. Is always a person beyond the artist. But you know, as far as who I am and what I'm doing, like this is me. This is what I'm on at the moment. So I was like, I wanted that to be my identity. I wanted people to not be able to deny it. So I was like, here first in the music. That's all I'm doing for a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would be mad if people even tried to associate me with some other shit while I was like trying to, you know, get it cemented in their head that I was an artist.
Which is why he needs to make sure we know it was a fluky article in
Oh
2021.
yeah, I'll let you know I've been living that.
So which then leads us to cinema. In an interview with Elliot, he asked you about the two, cinema and what was the next one?
Dash, I think, yeah.
You said that you were searching for something more personal to rap about.
Content got to be like on par with what you got going on. Otherwise, you know, ain't nobody gonna feel it type shit. So it's like I can rap about whatever because like you know what I'm saying, I live in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows. You know, we all got backgrounds and all got you know, stories and neighborhoods that we from and shit that we seen and saw and you know, that we around and see on the daily. But I feel like it's not my identity. One, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no drill rapper because I'm not in the streets. You feel me? Like, and I think that my identity, what I was trying to find out was like, how do I give them the authentic version of me that's not lame, that's not corny. You know what I'm saying? Like not that it's not corny, but like that's like that people in a way that people want to hear it type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like in a way that people want to. The way that it's all about how you deliver it. You know what I'm saying? How you package it. So it was all cinema was like I said, it was the start of it because like at that time I really feel like life was on some movie shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that I just had to make a project to get all the inspiration from me, like moving around and traveling and living life and put it in find a way to package it and give it to people.
What do you feel like was the most important experience that's contributed to your art?
I don't think it's no one experience. I think that just me living throughout all the years of my life, I think that, you know, all the memories and everything that I go on and just all the thoughts that you know, come across my mind on a daily, I think that that's my main source of inspiration. When I be rapping, I punch in because it's like stream of consciousness. So I be saying, you know, I'll write, but but what I'm saying is really like first thing come to mind because this is what I'm influenced and this is what, you know what I'm saying, is going on in my life. So I don't think it's one experience. I think I just if I could put everything into one experience, I would just say living in Chicago in general. Like I think that's the biggest thing because that's where everything come from. That's where I even, you know what I'm saying, got the inspiration to like talk about my experiences or like, you know, express myself about the shit I seen and put it in music.
What do you feel like's the toughest experience that you've had to revisit in your music?
Just really like losing people. I think like, you know what I'm saying, people coming and going, whether it's like it's a relationship or it's just somebody that I grew up with. I feel like I've experienced like, you know, loss a lot. And I feel like and while it might not directly correlate because I'm not making a sad song, I feel like that loss always fueled me to get back in the stew. And like I draw back to them experiences when I need inspiration to like, you know what I'm saying, go make some shit.
And sometimes not everything has to be sad, right? There's a lot of music where people do talk about those losses, but they talk about it in a I'm going to do this for you type of way.
Exactly.
Not a down on your luck, but more of a now we're pushing forward.
Yeah, I feel like any negative experiences, like me going broke multiple times, like just in any situation, like I draw back to that and like, you know, and use that as inspiration to like start popping my shit on these lyrics because I'm like, You know, I'm always growing, and I'm like big um on like speaking shit in the fruition and shit like that. And I think that it matters what you say. You gotta watch what you say, and like if you want good shit to happen, then you gotta say some good shit in your raps. You know what I'm saying? You gotta speak certain shit into existence.
You ever seen that Big Sean interview
Uh,
where he talks about, when I was making guap and all these songs, I didn't have $10,000.
of course, you know what I'm saying? Like these rappers before they had an AP, all that, like a motherfucker always dropped the bar about some shit that they didn't have before, and then they got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not cap rap. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually you're gonna have all these things that you know what I'm saying, if you really keep at it, and the only way you're not gonna get it is if you stop.
So early on, you create, or man, I don't even know which one this was. It was Hall of Fame. You created a song called Maybe I'm Done.
Oh yeah.
In the song, you say, I'm done keeping it cool with dudes that's fake, but in my face.
Uh
He did not say dudes.
yeah, I remember that. That came from a place for sure.
That was probably my favorite one.
He put that beat on and like just said the first few bars, and then I was like, then started talking about shit I'm done with, you know what I'm saying? And I was just drawing to, I'm type of motherfucker, like I be in my head sometimes, like I'm I'll say it, I'll be the first person to say it, but like I'll be overthinking when I get times when like, I'll be feeling alone, and I'll be feeling like I analyze the situation, and I'll be like, man, one thing I hate is if I was being nice to a motherfucker that, you know what I'm saying, I shouldn't have been nice to.
And that was the second line out the song, right? So right out the gate, you're done with everybody. You're not feeling it. And that goes straight to what you told me over text. There's these inauthentic relationships that people continuously build with each other. They're in your face and they show this fake love because they feel like you have something that they can benefit off of.
For sure.
Whether it be clout, whether it be money, whatever the case may be. Maybe
opportunity.
Maybe you could provide them with something that they believe is going to fulfill them.
Right.
For you, when you created this song, what was the straw that broke that just broke the camel's back in a sense?
I made that during the wintertime. In the wintertime, emotions just hit, you know what I'm saying? You just be sitting there, you be thinking about shit, and you be like, man. And I think I was just really tired and wanted to get the fuck out of Chicago for a second. And but at the same time, I was just tired of, motherfuckers in LA and shit like that. Like, but which is crazy because I really fuck with LA. I like LA. I don't know. I was just going through my little hate shit with people that was out there, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of fool shit. You just got to see it, and then you realize that shit ain't about nothing. It ain't personal. You got to keep it pushing.
In what ways have you seen the distrust in previous and authentic relationships impact the way that you build new, genuine ones?
As far as the relationships that I build now, it's like I'm going just off what I always went off was my intuition, but just not second guessing. You know what I'm saying? Based on like when you get them feelings, like anybody that a relationship that end up being fool, you knew it was fool. You had a feeling that it was fool. You just looked past it because, you know what I'm saying, you was on some, you might be the type of person you trying to see the good in everybody. But you got a gut feelings for a reason. So I feel like it ain't really do nothing but tell me to trust my gut more so than anything about people, and just make your own, make your own analysis based on what people gonna give you. You know what I'm saying? Look at what's right in front of you. Don't try to like make no idea of what somebody should be just because of like who they be with or what they got going on.
Do you feel like people have made that assumption about you at times?
I don't know. Just because of people that I'm affiliated with and, that's close friends of mine, like people always got they idea of who they think I am or just, what type of person I am or, what they think, how they think I should be acting, whatever the situation is. But, you know what I'm saying? The situation is motherfuckers don't know me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know y'all. Y'all don't know me unless you do know me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I could be a horrible person. Like, don't just think because I'm this nigga best friend that motherfucker, that I'm cool or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I am cool though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm approachable. You might be right, but you could be dead ass wrong. I could be a fucking maniac for all you know. Like, motherfuckers could just fuck with me because on the side, I'm not a maniac to everybody. So it's like, use y'all senses.
I've never heard somebody try to promote themselves as a worse person than they are. This is crazy.
No, I ain't no bad person, but I'm just saying that people gotta be like, you gotta be open to the idea that you don't know this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you should judge you should judge people by like the company that they keep. Like, that's part of it. That's part of the analysis, you feel me? Like, if somebody hang around a bunch of fucking goofies, they a goofy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody hang around a bunch of people that's smart, chances are that like some of them, it's a reason that them people fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? They smart in their own way. So it's just like, use everything, you know what I'm saying, to get your own analysis for somebody.
I want to take it back real quick to the distrust part, right? When you've been around so many inauthentic relationships, when you've watched the movie play out a dozen times, right? You've hung around with these people and you understand what they're out to get. It starts to create these scars and it starts to create these wounds that force you to kind of be wary of everybody else moving forward, right? And you display that in the song Chicago. In Chicago, you say, last time I gave that girl my trust, I got my heart broke.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that bar come from it come from so far long ago. I ain't gonna lie. It's like, if I'm really thinking about it, it was like this one, I don't even want to say her motherfucking name, but anyway, this girl, like the last girl, like when I left high school, like basically like high school sweetheart. We ain't dating nothing, but we was fake talking to each other. We was fake dating, kind of dating. And then like, she ended up hitting me back, like 2 years later on some shit, while motherfuckers like, out of high school everybody doing their thing, going to college, not going to college, whatever the fuck you had going on. Try to come back, and then she popped back up, then just disappeared on some weird shit. She a Gemini. I don't know what the fuck she is. I think she a Gemini. Then she disappeared, pop up with a new nigga, married and shit. She get married. So I'm just sitting there like, that shit blew me. So I'm sitting there like, I'm like, man, these hoes is nothing. That's not nothing, bro. Like, why would you even come tap back in with me? Then you gonna tap in with a nigga right afterwards? Like, it was confusing. But she the only person that did that. That was specifically about her.
You don't want to be on no 4Bad shit? Thank you, Jada tour, bro.
Man, hell no. I ain't even gonna give her no clout, man.
How did you see this situation change your outlook on love?
Negatively, of course. Like, it had a negative impact, but I got over it. Like, I'm grown as hell now, so you get past shit like that. That's that young love, young dumb shit, you don't know what you want. I think it just made me realize, like, we was all too young to even like know what we want at that time. And you can't fault nobody for that at that, especially when we all just like, what I'm saying, fresh out this shit, fresh in the world, still so much we ain't seen and did yet.
So then what is it that makes you think that there's this idea of finding love is dying?
I don't think it's dying. I think that it's becoming a lot less common because dating culture is different now. Dating culture is like, before you used to have your one, and like, no matter what, like, if you had a child back in the day, our parents and shit, you have a child, like, your ass damn near had to stick through them no matter what. Like, they not even married. You just had to, whatever the fuck was going on, like, that was your person you pick, you feel me? Now it's like, that shit, like, don't nobody, like, it's no rule, like, nobody making you do that. Now it's like, you can have a kid, you can not have a kid. Like, that don't mean nothing. Like, people, it's dating, this shit, the world's moving faster and faster, people moving on faster, So it's just like, at this rate, you feel me, the value of a relationship is going down. It's going down because people, the frequency of dating is so high. It's like, how do you expect somebody to lock in when they just finna go see the next motherfucker? Like, and they eyes get googly because, like, this is normal, you feel me? Like, because we can go see the next motherfucker because we not this whole talking stage. Like, it probably wasn't even no talking stage back in the day. Fuck is talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, now it's like, you get in the talking stage, you could be in the, motherfucker be in the talking stage with 6 niggas, you be in the talking stage with 5 girls, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, the fact that that's even acceptable just lets you know like we just going somewhere where, you know, it's gonna be less and less people valuing like finding a one. You feel me? And maybe you could just it's not about love specifically because like shit, maybe you could love three people at a time if that's your thing type shit.
Is that your thing?
No, I mean, I like spreading the love. I ain't gonna cap. I mean, you know, but that's not right though. I feel like everybody should want to find their one. I feel like I definitely want to find my one and lock her in, but um, I don't have no problem with sharing my love if that's what it came down to. If we was due for three wives, like I'd be like, damn, that's what it is.
Do you think that there's a devaluation in the idea of love at this point?
I feel like the idea of love is like that come last in like the list of things that people trying to they prioritizing right now. Like now, first is your money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your pockets right. Then it's like your career. You know what I'm saying? Like just whatever you got going on in front of that. It's like that's important. Whatever your passion is, that's the main thing. Then it's like and your family. Now you know what I'm saying? Now your family. That's interchangeable between any of the three, but that's up there. That's coming before this anyway. And then it's like, who knows what? It's probably something in between that. Then it's love. You know what I'm saying? But it could be love like somewhere, you know what I'm saying? But that's before I feel like that was love was like one or two, because that's what end up like, you know, dictating the rest of your life, whatever it's finna be.
And going off of what you said, right, in the song Nina, Ed Sheeran says, I put my job over everything except my family and friends, but you'll be in between forever. So I guess we'll have to take a step back, overlook the situation, because mixing business and feelings will only lead to complications.
That's real.
There's your job, there's your family, and then there's the person that is supposed to be married into that family. But when we're chasing our career for so long, when we're so passionate about it, that's number one. So we don't even have time to build that relationship and allow you to get to that point. So maybe someday you will be that, but you'll be in between that forever. You're never going to be prioritized over my career. And like you said, right, there's a lot of other things that people value, and not just as individuals, but within relationships. Sometimes people don't even value the idea of love in their relationship. What they value is just having somebody. What they value is the monetary value that somebody brings into a relationship.
Yeah.
There's certain values that we don't understand the significance of at that time. So when it comes to love, when it comes to valuing it, sometimes, again, you're so focused on this career, you're so focused on this passion that you don't value the idea of what love is supposed to be. So you lose it. You throw it away and you call it a day. And that's everything on this journey in life. You're trying to find the value in something. You're trying to find this fulfillment that you're searching for every single day, right? Everybody wants to feel fulfilled. Everybody wants to feel joy in what they do. But in that chase for this joy, in that chase for that fulfillment, we forget to value the journey. Just like you said, right? Everybody's looking at the end goal. I want 10 million by the time I die. You might not get that 10 million until you're 50. So what happened in between those 30 years? That shit's a blur. Those relationships that you were supposed to build with your family, never built them. There's no memories left there. What's a moment for you that you noticed that you ended up at the end result, but looking back on the journey, it just felt so empty because you didn't cherish it?
I don't know. I feel like it's still going on type shit. I feel like a lot of shit's still going on. I feel like I'm still in the journey. I don't feel like I overlooked any aspect, because that's just the type of person like I am. Like I'm always like soaking in what's going on around me, and like really like I be on some day to day, like trying to get whatever I can out the whole day. Like every day means something. You know what I'm saying? So I think that anytime an accolade I got there, the only reason that I can enjoy it so much is because I really remember what I went through to get here. You know what I'm saying? And I remember everything that I went through to get to wherever I got. You know what I'm saying? At every level, every time I like leveled up or accomplish something, I always enjoy it to the fullest because I really be able to draw back to the memories and how I was like, how I was operating and how I was like, while I was doing this, you know, I was balancing everything. You know what I'm saying? I was doing whatever I was doing during this time to get to this point. That was just how it was supposed to be. Like I don't ever look back and be like, oh, I should have did more of this, or I should spend more time with my family here and there, because you will always say that if you look back at any situation. But you know what I'm saying, and that shit you might not have even gotten the situation you did if you didn't do what you did at that time. I think even Cole be saying that, like, that on the way, like, while this shit was going up, he was like, it was days, he didn't realize how he wasn't in the moment that much because he was so locked in. You feel me? Like, he feel like he wasn't appreciating it. But I'm like, part of the reason that you could appreciate it is because you were so locked in. Like, that's why we got these later moments. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you was spending the whole year appreciating everything going on, who knows if you would even put that work in type shit. So that's really the only experience I could, like, you know, like, compare it to the draw the picture of, like, is this all of this is part of it.
There's this tunnel vision that sometimes it's a gift and a curse. Sometimes it can feel like you're plagued with it because you're so focused on the end goal, you're so focused on getting everything done that now you don't take that step back to appreciate everything. And you keep speaking about these experiences that you've gone through. There's a lot of things that you had to deal with in life. In a previous interview, you said, I was always trying to beat the odds and that even when things were tough, I didn't give up. What was the most difficult circumstance you found yourself having to overcome?
If I'm keeping the 100, I would say most recently, I just lost my mama a month ago yeah, and I think that was the toughest thing I ever went through in life, for sure, to this day. Um, and I think I still haven't fully overcome it, but um, I think that because I was always like, she always taught me to be strong, you know what I'm saying, and just to always keep going, you know what I'm saying. And I think that I always realized I don't have no choice, and when we getting older, so I always knew, that day would come where, like, you know what I'm saying, we got to say goodbye to our loved ones for the last time, you know. Um, and so that it was definitely devastating, but I feel like the one thing that the experience made me do is realize that was probably the toughest thing I ever been through in my life, and if I could get through that, then I know I could get through anything that's going on. And and she wouldn't want me to she would want me to keep going and stay strong and really just get to that finish line. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, she the reason I'm, was doing everything I was doing anyway. I was doing it so I could, like, give my mama a chance to see things she ain't seen and get to a point in life that, what I'm saying, she couldn't get to because, like, she had me and I had to, I became the number one priority. Like, once you have a kid, it's like your life belong to them. So I think the best thing that I could do for her was, like, really, um, just really stay strong and and go 10 times harder at everything that I got going on, especially this music, and take it as far as it's supposed to be because, you know what I'm saying, she was the reason for all this. So it's like, no, there's no reason to stop. I think, that's one of the biggest. Nothing could have prepared me for something like that, and I done unexperienced loss with friends and close friends. And even growing up, like, I ain't even had my pops when I was younger, but, he died before I even got a chance to get born. So, um, but nothing was harder than, like, realizing, like, the person who gave you birth, you know what I'm saying, that you can't be with them no more, you can't call their phone no more. And I think that and I just think that I'm just blessed to have, like, lived and had the memories that I had and become the person that I am because of the qualities that she was able to give me and that I adopted. And that's the only reason I'm here today. So, um, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing for me to be here another day, and like every day, it just reminds me like not to take nothing for granted.
And that's a real parent. Somebody that's gonna give their life for yours. In the case where, she realized I have to raise you and I have to be the best person for this child. And you were raised by your mom and grandma, right? What qualities do you feel like they instilled in you that helped shape the person that we see today?
I think the qualities that I got from them is um, just being a genuine human being. I think being being an observer, always observing everything that's going on in the room. Um, just having empathy too, and like just really understanding humans. Being strong, of course, I would say being strong, being loyal, being smart, just having a spirit. You know what I'm saying? Just a high spirit at all times, like no matter what's going on. I think I got that from them. You know, just being a hard worker, got that from them. Being a good friend, I got that from them. A good brother, a good family member, and just trying to be the best human I could be. I learned that from them. So just all the best qualities that they got, I absorbed all of them, and I think that they play a big role in.
Man, shout out them because they raised a great person.
Shout out them for real.
What kind of expectations did they set for you when it comes to finding what a genuine person is?
They shaped my expectations because they showed me like a genuine person is just somebody that's gonna give you, you know, the first response that come to their mind. Like they're not there to please you. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna always like try to see the best in somebody. They always try to see the best in everybody. You know what I'm saying? People with crazy shit going on in their life. You know what I'm saying? But they was always the one you could like be comfortable around and because you knew that they was gonna be comfortable and they was gonna be real with you. You know what I'm saying? And they always was there for the people. Like they always was there for anybody that they cared about. They like you call their phone, they gonna come. They gonna be there at any point in time. So it's like I got to see what a genuine human looked like. Real early, and like my idea that was like nothing short of that. It's always variations. Everybody different, but you got to have a lot of these same qualities for me to, you know what I'm saying, assess somebody as like a genuine human being.
And it prevents you from chasing that fake love and that fake fulfillment from everybody else.
Yeah, because you see shit for what it is. So, when you're moving like that and that's your mindset, like you not looking for no fake sense of, love or like instant gratification. You just want the real response. You just want a person to be what they gonna be and say what they gonna say.
Now that you've experienced such a hard loss in your life, like you said, you've experienced loss before, but it's nothing compared to this.
Mm-hmm.
In what ways has it changed the way that you move and the difference you try to make in your own life?
I don't think I move any different, but I think I move with more of it's some more pep in my step. Um, I think I think nowadays I get up like with an even bigger chip on my shoulder than I already had because um, it was always my responsibility. I felt like to, take care of my family. I already knew I was gonna have to be the man of the house, but now that I know, like, there's people like directly depending on me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just, you know, it's not no like side quest, side character type of thing. It's like the main character, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody needs you. Just make me really appreciate um, you know, where I'm at right now and the opportunity that I got to like really change shit for generations, the next generation for my peoples. You know what I'm saying? Um I think that just moving, going, knowing that I gotta go 10 times harder at everything and that, you know, that I gotta that I gotta achieve these things just for myself. You know what I'm saying? Not only for everybody else around me, but just to prove to myself that I'm capable of carrying the weight on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes with it. And I just gotta um and I'm just ready for literally whatever come my way. I feel like I got a good head on my shoulders, and I'm moving in a way where, you know, I don't want to waste no days. You know, I feel like every day got to count in some way that's gonna be beneficial for me and mine's. But I also like enjoy it. You feel me? Keep moving forward and keep telling people you love them, and make sure that the people that you do love know you care about them and be there for them. But you know, at the same now it's go time. It's always been go time, but like now it's for real go time.
Now you're living life with this purpose of taking care of everybody else that's around you because you were doing it for your mom and wanting to show her different things.
Right.
But now it's really your time to step up.
Yeah.
And that's an admirable quality, bro. So, man, I appreciate you coming on here and sharing your story with us.
Yeah, man, for real. Appreciate
Shit.
y'all having me, for real.
Of course, man.
It was cool getting on here talking about some real shit.
Man, I appreciate you. One thing I do got to ask you, bro.
What's the word?
We got our boy Lotto in the other room. How did you guys meet? It was basketball?
Hell yeah. Me and folks was both hoopers in high school, so we hooping on the north side of our school in the same division for hooping. We in the Red North, so we playing each other. We bumping into each other on some basketball shit all the time. Then we hooping at the same course. I'm hooping at Peterson. I'm hooping at the Y. We live down in the same neighborhood. We both, you know, I grew up in RP, Rogers Park. That's why, that's where I spent majority like my younger days before high school and everything. So like, we damn near grew up together. Met folks when I was 14. So, you know what I'm saying? We basically the same age. She was just like a grade higher than me. But you know what I'm saying? It's literally the same era of everything, you feel me? I remember folks gave me my first snapback when I didn't even know how to get fresh in high school, like, you know. But yeah, that's how that shit happened, man. Similar interests, and then like, he was always doing his thing, I was doing my thing. But when I started making music, and that's when we started locking in even more. Like, then, you know what I'm saying? We was already like fam, but I feel like once we started making music together, like we was really like locked in on the grind, because like we was basically on the same exact shit. Like he on his producing shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like making this shit happen. This the only thing he doing right now. And then it's like me, I dropped everything that I got going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here selling weed to get studio time so I could record on his beats and shit like that. So, everything came full circle.
Man, that's the best. He was able to wear hats back then?
Hell yeah.
I know he can't wear no hat right now.
He had a fade.
I know he cannot put on no hat right
He
now.
had a fade. His shit was bald in high school. Then he started growing and shit. He had a mohawk too.
Who's the better hooper?
I think. I'm gonna always say me. I think I'm the best hooper in this motherfucker. But shit, he could hoop though. He got game. He used to be the one that was better. His shot better than mine.
Who won the last 1-on-1?
We don't play 1-on-1. We don't never play 1-on-1.
I seen a video of you guys playing 1-on-1 here.
I'm saying he don't play 1-on-1, like, you know what I'm saying? But I play 1-on-1 against whoever come in this motherfucker, but he don't be on that. You ask him, you ask him to play 1-on-1, he gonna look at you crazy as hell. He's like, oh bro, you not doing that shit.
Hey man, I appreciate you, man. You got anything to plug?
Shout out my manager, Nick Johnson. Shout out what's finna be next, man. The Mogul Music. Dropping early September, sooner than you think, sooner than you could blink. You already know, man. Shout out to @Boss from the Rack account, man. Send that motherfucker up.
Make sure you guys go ahead, check out Sad Boy Radio. Make sure you go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Sad Boys for real. Peace out.
This is Sad Boy Radio.